Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And welcome back to... You all right there?
My finger.
I was about to introduce the podcast, but Mark's
I get that weird thing.
He's got a weird thing on his finger.
I get these weird little tendon pulls, and I got it in golf yesterday.
Oh, dear.
They're weird. Very, very sore for like 15, 20 minutes, and then they go.
And then they go.
Look at that.
Listen.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Not Another Couples Podcast. I'm getting quite good at saying that now.
You're very good.
And here we are again, just following on from the bank holiday weekend that we've just had.
Half term, is it?
May,
no, what is
May
it called?
bank holiday.
Yes.
Whitsun week.
This is half term, isn't it?
This is half term for people who have children who are at school.
Yes.
Normal people in the big wide world adulting don't get half term generally.
They could take one.
They could. So bank holiday, when did that start? For banks, probably.
Yes. But it's only a bank holiday in America and UK. It
Scotland
wasn't in
have their
Europe.
own.
I had a client in Paris yesterday, and it's not bank holiday.
No. And Scotland have different ones to us as well.
Yeah.
Because they're independent to us now.
Because lots of countries have national holidays, not necessarily bank holidays.
Yeah, it's all about money, isn't it, here? Banks rule the world.
I read that trading book, and he wasn't a very healthy man when he was trading. I can't remember his name. He was a banker for Citibank.
Okay.
And just, it was number one. It was just very interesting world that we've got a lot of friends and stuff who are in the banking world, not necessarily traders, but it's just, I mean, it's obviously, it's like a salesman. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure.
You sell your soul, don't you, really? I bet. You sell your soul and you make a huge amount of money generally, mostly. Some people lose a lot of money.
Lose it, yeah, exactly.
But there's that high risk factor, stress factor. And also if you're trading with other people's money. I would find that too stressful.
Well, it's the bank's money to start with.
But it's like looking after someone else's children. That's even more stress than looking after your own. Because you don't want to break someone else's children.
So a hedge fund is normally, well, it can be very wealthy individuals' money you're playing with.
Yeah, which, I always think if you just take a few zeros off, you can sort of understand the level. If you add all those zeros, it's just such an inconceivable amount of money that it just doesn't seem, it's like monopoly money. To us, normal people who have normal incomes.
Yeah. Exactly. It's when they make bids on things at charity auctions and you're like,
and they go, it's like 50 grand. You're like, what?
Really good value.
Take a couple of zeros off 500. Okay, we get that now. 500. Yeah, got that. Nice. So bank holiday doesn't really affect you. You were working anyway, but yesterday morning, weren't you?
Yeah, I had a couple of clients that we booked in. My diary system doesn't tell me when it's a bank holiday.
That's because it's American.
That's true. I don't think even it has any holidays in there.
You have to put them
Just
in.
keep working all the way through. It was very chilled.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Well, because I think
you've become a golf widow.
So since Mark's rant about having to wear a jacket and tie on a previous episode of going for his interview.
Going for gold.
To get in. That was going for gold. I don't know, some cheesy quiz.
What was his name, that tall presenter?
Oh, God, stop it. What? Who?
Oh no, you hate these games. He was really tall. Not the gay one. Who's the really tall Strike It Lucky? Strike It Lucky, who was the...
comedian.
Yes.
Yeah, who allegedly...
Did he do something in a swimming pool?
Yes, someone died.
But not him.
Someone died in his swimming pool.
Oh dear.
Allegedly.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yes. Oh my God.
Stop
doing this because I can't look it up on my phone. It's annoying.
You need a spare phone. You need a burner phone. You need to be like a spy.
I just need...
How did we get to going for gold? Oh, golf.
Golf.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
I'm doing it just to get value for money. I feel like I've paid my membership now.
Since you went for your interview, is what I was going to say in a previous episode when you were ranting about having to wear, how ridiculous it was to wear a jacket and tie for this particular interview.
Yes.
You have embraced golf quite
it's just
considerably.
Very pretty course.
You've also been invited not just to play where you are a member now, other people have invited you, I think, obviously, on the chance that they get invited back to your club.
My club.
It's like they're going to the club, darling.
I do look around. I spend quite a lot of time looking around. I notice lots of people don't. I spend a lot of time looking at the trees and going a little bit arboriculturally.
But that's because you like all the Latin names for trees.
I like to talk to you in Latin with me quercus ilex and me other things.
I don't know, it doesn't really get me that excited.
What, golf?
No, when you talk in Latin. about plant
I
names.
played yesterday. My little shout out to Chucky.
Sorry.
Chucky
You
Lynch.
can't do shout outs. That's
I
not your
can.
bit.
It's my little
Mark's bit. Okay, you can
Okay.
do it within Mark's bits then.
Anyway,
Keep it
so
in
we played, me and
your
Flynn
section.
played with Charlie, who's trying to become a golf pro, and a friend of his. And there was a lot of banter, even on the back
Well,
swings.
mainly because you were playing with a 16-year-old and two 17-year-olds.
Yes.
Boys.
There was a lot of banter.
So you blended in with the mental age banter.
Yeah, I think I brought it down a bit.
So yes, golf is your new leisurely
I do get
activity.
a bit beaten up playing golf. I think I put too much emphasis into the swing. I think
9 holes is enough. I think 18 is just too long.
Well,
too
when
boring.
it's that quiet, it's so quick.
Yeah, the problem is with you two
Yes.
is you didn't take enough food with
I
you.
did. He didn't. I took plenty. I took biltong, Kit
But I
Kats,
think
and then
you said you'd taken it all for him, I think. I didn't give him any food.
He's a fool to himself.
You sort of need a halfway stop to have a little meal.
Yeah, that's the one thing it hasn't got is a good halfway hut.
Halfway hut or a cart that comes round. Do they not have one of those?
With a beautiful young lady.
Food, well, someone providing you with food and beverages, really, is what they have. Like your mum and dad's in America.
Oh, yes. Used to come round, didn't she?
Cart used to come round.
Hey there, Matty.
Do you want a beer? Do you want a nice tea?
Nice.
So, yes.
Okay. Nice.
That's it then.
That's it. Thanks. Bye. 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 No, well, bank holiday we've done. And then we had sports day, school sports day. It's like coming up to that time where people will be going into the school sports days, which was a weird one for us this year because Amber obviously is no longer at the school because she's at uni.
Yeah.
Flynn has had a long-term injury with his hip, so he wasn't...
A niggle.
Yeah, it's now a niggle, but it's still...
We call it a niggle.
Big enough that he wasn't able to run in his normal events like he would like to. As he would like to. So he was just doing shot put, he was doing a shot put, which is not normally his event. And then we're so used to like rushing to try and get to see Amber do something, get Flynn to do something, and they're both doing rounders or dismissal. We didn't really know what to do.
And then we finish off by watching cricket, which I don't understand, but it's very social and
there's a lot of drunk people. So the whole point of the school sports day is like a whole big event.
Celebration of the school.
It's not just the sport. There is athletics and there is cricket and there is rounders and that stuff going on.
Singing and...
But there's loads of music, performances. And the trouble is the weather was going to be a bit rubbish. So they moved a lot of the stuff inside into some of the big halls and sports halls. Whereas normally everybody's outside and everybody can hear the music and you can see everybody. So it was all a bit segregated.
2 Ronnies used to do that.
And Morecambe and Wise used to do that one.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Okay, carry on. I'm just fiddling with my glasses for the people at home just listening who can't see us. And so there's lots of different things going on. And I think for the teachers and staff, it's just a massive piss up.
Depending on their roles, yes.
Depending on their roles, but also a lot of the teachers, a lot of the staff live on site. So no one's driving that day. Or they live within very short walkable distance.
It did seem like higher up the kind of pecking order, there was less drinking. Lower down, as soon as they'd done their roles, they was having fun.
So it's basically like staff jolly because they had like a little cart, like bar down by the cricket, which I thought was a bit dangerous. And
the athletes had an athletes band,
cricketers.
and so they could get free beer, and the umpire was pissed.
Yes. So well, cricket does go on for about 4 hours or something, so he's probably been drinking for 4 hours solid just to stay with it. But yeah, so it was fun. It was very chilled.
And it didn't rain, which was a success.
It didn't rain, so that's good. Do you remember your Founders Day, your sports days?
Yeah.
And Mark went to the same school.
Yeah. It was a big thing.
Yeah,
well, it was the kind of, apart from rugby, it was the biggest inter-house thing. So it was quite nice that you were kind of geeing other people on that weren't necessarily in your sports teams, but you needed them for other events. So it was a really nice camaraderie.
Well, I think that's what happened this year for Flynn's house as well, because there's 90 boys in his house. And in his year group, generally, him and another boy and...
Well, about 3 or 4 others.
were injured. So they normally dominate a lot of the athletics events. And they weren't able to do that this year. So it was actually a really nice thing for some of the other boys to come up.
And do well.
And also to see Flynn and his mates supporting them and cheering them and wanting them to do well, rather than sulking because they weren't doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little bit of that as well. Not as much as I thought, actually. I think Flynn was quite enjoying it for once, just watching.
He gets super... Suzie.
Touch the wires!
Yeah, he gets super nervous for athletics.
Yeah, I think because it's an individual sport. I think that's the difference between team and then doing something on your own, completely on your own. It's quite big.
Well, I was hoping to score, because I have to try and get, well, I don't have to, but I'm trying to get a handicap at golf. So I have to put in 3 rounds of golf. So yesterday, when I got there, I was right, I score a card and Flynn can sign it, whatever. And then they decided that they wanted to play this Texas Scramble way. Both of you hit the ball.
Cowboy hats.
Yeah. Both of you hit the ball and then you play the better ball. So I didn't score, which was great because I played like poo-poo.
You played, when was the last time you played? Friday?
Yeah, I played twice last week.
And yesterday. 3 times in a week. Jesus, you're going to have to take up professional golf now.
I can't decide who I'm going to get sponsored by. Durex.
Probably a food company.
They used to sponsor people, didn't they? Oh, I saw a very good clip.
Can
on
we just
Instagram.
stay on one
I saw a
topic?
very good clip. There was a guy, a slightly overweight guy, sitting there in an interview with America.
Explain?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a guy I've never heard of, and
this
this
is
guy
on
was
television, on
Instagram. He had a fanny pack.
What is this? Where
Instagram,
is this?
I think.
Instagram or web or Facebook.
And he's sitting there with a fanny pack on, and they said, "What's in your bag?" And he gets out, and he had a false vagina because it's a fanny pack, which I thought was quite funny. It was British humour. That's what I'm saying.
Talking of that.
Oh.
False vaginas. I saw it again. Someone had posted a video of their dog.
What? Where are you going with this?
No, picking one up somewhere in a woods somewhere. Yeah. I've seen people picking up, like, their dogs find, like, all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff in woodland and forestry areas. And the dogs come out and they just think it's a squeaky dog toy.
They're not called false vaginas, are they?
I don't really know what they're called, or I don't think we need to specify. I think everybody knows exactly what we're talking about right now. Nice. I'm going to do my glasses.
Well done with your glasses.
Keep sliding down.
You got a greasy nose?
I don't know. I think they've just got a little bit loosey-goosey.
Sit like that.
I'm just going to stick my chin up like that.
Yeah, look posh with your resting bitch face.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, so that's sports days. My sports days were... I only remember one in particular where I thought I was Zola Budd.
Oh, yes.
Because it was around the time of Zola Budd when she used to run barefoot.
Yeah.
And for some unknown reason, I decided to run a 400. We had a grass track. And again, because I was sporting okay at stuff, I used to get put in for everything. And I ended up doing this 400, or attempting to, barefoot. Because why would I not wear my spikes when I could be Zola Budd?
Spikes?
Yeah, of course I did. I don't know. Don't know what came over me. I just decided to run it. Never run barefoot in my life.
Well done.
Apart from gymnastics. Everything in gymnastics was pretty much barefoot. Maybe that was why. Managed to slice half my big toe underneath off. On a stone or sharp something.
A sharp object.
Sharp something on the grass track. So that was the end of my sports day. That year.
Dear.
I think it was on like my first or second year at school. So.
Oh, you plonker.
Plenty of time to redeem myself later on. But yeah, that's the only one I remember. I don't remember much else about sports.
Well, mine was hurdles, because obviously I was a hurdler. And there weren't that many people that could
You
hurdle.
still got the school record, let's just put it out there.
So that was always
from 1943 or whatever you were at school.
That was always my glory moment, because they'd announce it and I'd try and beat the record each year. Well,
the head of athletics didn't realise it was you on the records. Now he does.
1958.
Yeah. But they've got electronic timing now. So they need to
I feel sorry for the athletes.
Scrap all those
But
records.
then the hurdles this year, the 3'6" senior, one of the Asenad who plays rugby, hit the first hurdle, properly hit the ground, knocked himself out, got up, turned 90 degrees and tried to hurdle a hurdle that wasn't there and ran across the track. He was completely...
not good.
And the problem is that the junior hurdles doesn't matter, but 3'6", if you can't hurdle, it gets all a little bit cheeky.
So they might be scrapping that one.
Which is a shame. But they don't teach. The problem is,
They don't teach you, but they don't have enough time. I don't think to teach.
Jacob Paul's ex-coach.
He's an ex.
No, but his ex-coach used to coach hurdles.
He's also hurdle. Yeah, but it's not enough if you're just doing it. Like if you're a rugby player and then you suddenly rock up. You did athletics a lot before you then came. There's going to be like yourself, 1 or 2 people, maybe, who've done the hurdles. And a lot of the boys don't do hurdles. They just want to
keep saying hurdles.
Hurdle. They don't want to hurdle anymore. They just want to run fast.
Do you know where steeplechase came from?
Running around the church.
Steeples, yeah. Used to run church for church.
Why?
And then over field fences. And that's where it became the steeplechase.
Just as a race, or just running from...
It was like parish to parish, and then you'd have your best steeplechaser. And then
so the fences like fences, so they have to run over
so they're
fences
solid.
through fields.
Yeah, so they're solid.
Yeah, but like in olden times,
Before the Wankel rotary engine,
they'd be hurdling fences in between.
That's what I just said. Please
hedges.
concentrate. And then sometimes there'd be puddles underneath. That's why they've replicated the water jump.
I see.
So that's just a useless fact for you today.
Useless historical
I'm
facts.
full of useless facts.
So what film did we watch last night, please?
We watched Gran Turismo, which was based on the PlayStation game. Well, is
GT.
On the Play.
Yeah.
GT
Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah, that's good, isn't it? It was. I'd give it a 7. It was just quite. It was based on a true story of all these gamers trying to become actual racing.
I had a moment where I was like, "Oh, this is really boring," and I had to leave the room.
You did. You just left.
Well, it was very
Your
predictable.
concentration.
No, I could tell you. I could not written the film, but I could tell you exactly what was going to happen.
Of course you did, because it was obvious.
It's one of those like obvious.
You just follow
but
the
I
story.
can't. I'm just like, oh, come on, just speed it up. I know what's going to happen. He's going to go on him. He's going to have a fight with him.
There's a love interest.
It was all very predictable.
Oh dear.
I was very pleased for him in the end, though.
Oh, good. I'm glad you came round.
Computer gaming. We didn't really have computer gaming.
Yes, he did.
Like
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but like that wasn't necessarily. You did that in an arcade. That's more
arcade.
No,
I had one of those Nintendo Game Boys.
Computer game, is it? Like
it was.
You didn't put it on a big screen. And
my dad used to come back from Dubai and get me one, but I never really.
Daddy used to come back from Dubai. Bring me one. Keep me quiet.
Give it to the servants.
Give it to the child. Keep it to the boy. Keep him quiet.
I didn't really get into them though. I wasn't very good at sitting still.
Yes. Ooh. No, I can't. Well,
do we know? I mean, Flim used to play Fortnite with his mates. That seems to have stopped now, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, I think they just go through. It's more a winter thing when they can't really go out and play golf. Pub. And yeah. I remember years ago a PR company that were working.
Oh, didn't you do Tomb Raider?
No. They.
Yes.
For some reason, this is what PR companies used to do back in the day. They would link clients together. So if they had a whole, 4 or 5 different clients on their books that they were doing PR for, they'd try and, interlink them at events. So for some reason, they were looking after a computer gaming company. Can't remember what it was called. Not a big one like Xbox, PlayStation, but something that developed computer games. And myself. And so they decided that they would invent that one of the computer games that this company had done, a character in it was based on me. So that's how that came about. So I got loads of we did lots of magazine stuff, and it was called Silver or Sliver.
Oh yes, I remember that.
And that was a complete lie, everybody. So I was getting, but the problem was, I was fine, because I was doing photo shoots and a bit of chat about, trying to talk about the game. I knew nothing about the game. I'd never seen the game. I'd really seen the character.
You lied.
Absolute blag.
Suzie, and that's not blagging, that's lying. That's another stage.
No, it's exaggeration of the actual truth.
No, there's no truth.
And then, but the trouble is, then I was getting interviewed by sort of computer gaming magazine people who obviously knew exactly what they were talking about, and I didn't. So there was a lot of blagging. A lot of, what's it called? Belming. A lot of belming going on. Yeah. I had to get notes. PR company had to give me notes of things to say.
But
it was more like, do you play? No. Do you like playing games? No. Obviously, I'm not going to say that. In my head, that's my answer. No, don't like it. No.
Would you like to learn poker?
Jeez, where's this come from?
Games.
What? I don't think I'd have a good poker face.
Yeah. Resting bitching face.
That's not a poker face.
Yes,
that's
just scare the shit out of them.
Poker face is not letting people know what you've got.
Well, you're not always grumpy, but you look it.
You would be rubbish.
Yeah, I would be.
You wouldn't be.
But no, I could double bluff because I'd be smiling all the time.
You can't double bluff though.
I could triple bluff.
You can't. Because you should be going. You'd look at your cards and go.
Yeah, but then it could be a bluff. That'd be good. Quite a few people play poker, don't they? Like kids, they get mates together and stuff. Yeah. I've never really learnt the game. I think it's quite good fun, but it apparently can end up in fights.
Well, have you not seen any of the movies? Everybody goes into a dark back room somewhere behind the bar, and you get invited, and you're going to have a load of money or a gun. What
was the one? Not Snatch. Was it Snatch? No. What was the one where they're playing cards and he loses all the money?
Yeah. No. Lock, Stock. That was the first one, wasn't it?
Lock, Stock.
Lock, Stock.
Lock, Stock.
Lock, Stock. I should say Lock, Stock. That's a great soundtrack on Lock, Stock.
Very good.
Very good. Yes, very good. Are you right there, man? Spreading?
I'm feeling a little bit jaded today. I don't
well,
know
you know why? Because you haven't been dogging.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had my air.
Had your
I'm going to go after
dogging
this.
fix.
I know. My eyes feel...
You're very tired.
Yeah.
But you've had quite late nights for you.
I'm an animal.
You've been staying up late at night.
I am an animal.
Past 11 p.m.
I know. Well, sometimes you've got to live on the edge. Sur le trottoir.
Okay. Sur le trottoir.
Trottoir.
Right. So do we have any Mark's bits apart from you fiddling with your bits right now?
There's two. You can pick. Which one would you like?
Well, I don't know what they are.
Well, exactly.
Do we go A or B?
Left hand or right hand?
Well, let's go left hand because you're left-handed.
That's breathing.
So you just made that up.
No, that one's tendinopathies and tendinitises.
Oh, no, boring. Let's see breathing. Everybody breathes.
Well, do they?
Well, we all breathe.
You are a shallow breather. Lots of people. I'm a shallow breather sometimes. So I will say to the athletes when I'm coaching them... We do breathe,
but we don't breathe properly.
A lot of them will warm up the muscles, mobilise, warm up, stretch. But no one really warms up the breathing, respiratory system before you're about to go and put it under quite a lot of stress running. But that's by the by.
By the by.
Flynn was taking the piss out of me the other day when you say, never judge a book. And he goes, yeah, by the cover. And no, you don't have to say that. And you don't, do you? You just say, never judge a book. And he goes, by the cover. I say, no, you don't have to say that. Never judge a book by the cover. Shut up, Flynn. It's just never buy the book. Never try. No, what is it?
Never judge a book.
Judge a book. But that's all you have to say.
Yeah, but it's like a lot of things. That's just a slang, a lot of slang.
It's not slang, but that's
a shortened version of the official thing.
Yes, but if someone said to you, never judge a book, you know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, but we're 50-something.
So?
But maybe they've only just learnt that as an expression.
Calm.
That
was coming out yesterday.
Okay, let's go back to breathing, shall we?
Box breathing. You know, the 4 seconds. 4 seconds in.
Do you need to breathe?
4 seconds in.
Yes.
Hold 4 seconds. Out 4 seconds. Hold 4 seconds.
Should we explain that again? That didn't sound quite right.
So breathe.
Breathe in for 4 seconds.
It's quite a long time.
Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds.
Hold for 4 seconds. And repeat. If you do that, 6 circuits of that, 6 boxes. You see what I'm doing there?
Yes, I can see your finger boxing.
Did you know, on average, how much your systolic blood pressure will drop? On average. This was a Harvard study. Sorry?
Sorry, I just took a big gulp of water and then you asked me a question.
Too much, wasn't it?
I don't know the answer.
What do you think?
Oh, then you do this and you get upset when I get it right.
So the normal blood pressure is 120/80, but a lot of people are hypertensive. So there might be 150/90. So the systolic pressure at which blood is being pushed out is elevated.
Could you speak a bit louder?
Sorry, my voice is going.
For the people at the back, thank
you. So if you do 6 cycles of that, you can reduce your systolic blood pressure, the first one, by 10, which is huge. So it just shows you that kind of sympathetic, parasympathetic, that calming.
Calming breathing. So if you're getting into a meeting or you're a bit stressed, you know, in just general life rather than just
if you feel a bit anxious and stuff, it's very useful. But it's amazing how hard it is. The first few cycles, you feel like you're almost suffocating a bit. And
I do sometimes do not box breathing specifically, but something along a sort of a version of when I'm driving. Sometimes I find I'm like getting really annoyed and stressed.
So every time.
No, but like, or if I'm having a bit of a anxiety crazy, then I will do.
Do you like driving?
I love driving.
Do you?
I love driving.
You don't like driving.
Because on the road, I don't like.
You don't like Flynn driving with you in the passenger seat.
Oh no, I'm fine now.
Are you?
Yeah. No, I'm good now. The first few times. Come on, it is one of the most stressful things. You were like, yeah, just pull it, stop, just stop. Yesterday or the other night when he drove. So you know, I can take about half an hour, 45 minutes, if it's somewhere that he's comfortable. Occasionally, the more he drives, the longer he drives, the more confident he gets in the car, and the less observant, the less, you know, rule
focused.
Yeah, that he is.
But you enjoy driving.
I love driving.
Do you?
Depending on where I'm driving and what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
But it's just I have no problem going driving. You know, I love my car. I like driving my car. That's why I get really annoyed when I have to drive Amber's car. I'm like, oh,
I know.
Not that her car's awful, but I like driving my car.
Your little go-kart.
And then I have to drive her car because he wants to drive it back. That's when I'm a bit like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he passes his test.
Well, I'm much more comfortable now. The problem was obviously sitting with a teenager, especially learning to drive. It's very stressful. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody will find that stressful.
You wouldn't care
as a parent, because if you're the driving instructor, it's your job, but also you have dual control. You have a brake that you could use.
We got a handbrake.
Yeah,
handbrake turn.
Shoot through the windscreen.
Donut. Wouldn't it be rear bill?
Everybody finds it, and Amber noticed it when she first went in the car, and that was early on in Flynn's driving experience, so it was even more stressful.
Well, you did have 4 of us in the car,
and in her car, and she was like, "I get what you mean now, Mum. I get it," because it's really stressful when they think they know what they're doing, but you know that there's options of. We might hit a curb. We're going to smack a wing mirror because you haven't quite given enough space.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I think it's one of the most stressful things you can do as a parent. Sit in a car with your teenager learning to drive.
Yeah. Good glasses. Well done.
Thank
Always
you.
see the glasses.
Thank you. But no, he's I'm confident now, apart from a few little spatial awareness things and positioning at roundabouts. That's the only times. He's not quite sure. But he will ask. He'll ask. Which I think is better.
The problem is we don't know. Like this seat, and Maddie
so
said
many
it.
Different rules.
But Maddie said it as well when she was in the passenger seat. They're taught now to sit at the lights with the revving and biting the clutch, so they're ready to go. So he could be there for 30 seconds with this.
I just think that's really bad.
What's that about? I mean, how long does it take to
like clutch control?
Yeah. I can't believe that's true, but she said it as well. So
because half the time Flynn says, "Oh yeah, Gino." His driving instructor Gino says, "Gino." I'm like, really?
Yeah. So things have changed.
Yeah, and that's the problem. If you're teaching your child to drive, you're teaching them to drive a car, but you're not teaching them to pass their test.
Well said.
And you need that driving instructor to get them test ready.
There was an article in the.
Well, we can make a more confident driver and aware on the road and
turns, donuts.
No.
Tried that in my Honda Civic. You know the start. Is it Duke's Hazard? Where you reverse as fast as you can, then put the car into full lock and spin it, and then try and go off.
Where did you do this? Like Wimbledon High Street or something?
No, home base car park, Wimbledon. Yeah.
They're still going home base. A lot of them are shut, aren't they?
Is that B&Q? Or is that different?
No, it's different.
Oh, it was home base, and we used to play. Remember, we played street hockey in the car park.
Yeah, that's now Waitrose, darling.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Street hockey.
Street hockey. We're so street. We're so down with the kids.
The other one that shocked me, just reading, is Tom Daly.
Yes.
How body dysmorphic he was.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think...
And still now, he did a photo shoot, and he's an amazing Nick still trains an hour.
Unfortunately, he was told by a Eastern European coach.
Oh, was it? Is that where it came from?
That's where it came from. He needed to lose weight. And that's, unfortunately, a lot of these... acrobatic sports,
there'll
gymnastics.
Be lots of people that tell you stuff throughout your lifetime and you pay no attention. But I think you have to be on the cusp
of greatness.
No, on the cusp of that dysmorphia already. Because if you're confident in yourself, you just go, oh, fuck off. You're just a moron.
Well,
but you may be also young enough that you're very malleable and
influenced. So you're influenced by that person. If you think that person is the person who knows everything and is influencing you either as a coach or a mentor or whatever, you're going to take what they say. Isn't it? Yeah.
You listen to everything I say.
I listen. Doesn't mean I do
it. You? No, you don't.
I listen.
You don't listen.
I listen. That doesn't mean I do it. That's what I'm saying. It goes in.
So how many times in relationships, not just ours, because ours is perfect, but so I've got a couple of clients whose husbands are PTs.
Right.
But the husband, they go home and go, oh, Mark said I should do this. And he's like, I've been telling you that.
Yeah.
You don't like it when I tell you what to do.
No, I think I've got hugely better at that. I think
yes. You used to do this weird thing. You used to go all like, not bottom lippy, but you'd be like, yeah, anus mouth. Yes, body hole mouth. And then pardon me.
That was motorbike.
Do you remember that? As soon as we talked about, you still don't like talking about yourself.
Well, I don't think anybody likes talking
about
himself.
I love talking about myself.
Our son loves talking about himself.
He's in a very good place, though.
Yeah, no, I think lockdown was the first time that we actually trained together properly. I think because when we were
it's
younger,
weird with the
you
new
used to
gym
just
now.
tell me what to do,
With
and
the
I don't like that
with the
from
new
anyone.
gym, I'm training you twice a week now. With mates.
Once a week.
Once a week, which is nice.
Yeah, and I'm very happy to be trained.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
It's different, I think. Different. We're older now. We're very.
I'm very mature.
So, and I do have a shout out.
Oh yes.
So, we have lots of lovely friends who listen regularly to us, which is very kind of them. But it's not just out of sympathy. They actually do enjoy it. They've told us to our faces and everything. And so we have got Dina. Got to give a shout out to Dina, who's listened to every episode.
She's very posh because she's got a double-barreled name.
Well, is she? She's a Conway.
Oh, did they merge?
There's a Conway Sparks. So there's a Conway Sparks union, but she's only on.
She's a Conway.
She's listed herself as Conway. So.
Oh, is she single?
Well, it's like I'm Cox. No, she's not single. Stop spreading rumours about people. Jesus.
No, but
Christ.
If she did split up with Darren,
I think it could just be her maiden name. Like I'm Suzie Cox.
Yeah, you haven't got a middle name.
But maiden name isn't your middle name. Just
so if her and Darren had a bit of a fight, she'd just be Conway.
She might just be Conway anyway. She might not have taken his name. The children have the double barrel, you see.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Anyway, sorry, Dina. Thank you very much for listening. She may not stop listening now you've said that, because you're just rude.
Sorry.
Thank you for listening. Dina, thanks for being a super fan. You're going to go super fan status now. Thank you.
Oh, super fan.
We've got a few super fans. We also met on Amber's episode. If you haven't listened to that, Amber gives a shout out to Tom and Bella, and we saw them on Saturday, and they know everything. They also told me that they try and guess if we're talking about people and we haven't said their name, they try and guess who it is.
Oh, do they?
Or they ask their parents if they know, do you know someone who's done something?
Tom was going for his DBS check the other day.
Crikey. What for?
I think for his work. I can't remember what he does.
Cricket?
I said, what do they do? Just line up small children in front of you and see if you do something?
Oh, that's just wrong.
He said it.
He's 19. You're not. You're a parent of a child.
I find those things. So we've had 2 athletics coaches over all the years I've coached who have all their DBS checks, and they were wrong uns. It's literally just a piece of paper. Oh, it's nothing. It's a piece
of paper. Have you ever been on the sex register?
Yes. No. Do you like small children? No. It's like it's absolutely pointless. You have to. I think. Oh no, it is free. The DBS, isn't it?
It's not. I think you have to pay because I had to pay to do one at school when I was teaching at one of the schools. I had.
Yeah, so I have to do it for athletics and stuff.
It's not a huge amount of money, but I think you have to pay.
I thought it was free. Anyway,
or maybe the club pay for you.
But it's just
because you're coaching.
It's so easy to. Anyway.
Let's not worry people about that because they might now worry about lots of people working in the schools. But at least they actually do check and get rid of some people. Back in your day at school, my day at school, there was all sorts of bloody weirdos at schools.
Oh yeah, lots of touching and stroking.
But just weird teachers. I think
Yeah, there's definitely
a lot of weird teachers. I'm sure there still is a lot of slightly oddballs, but not necessarily super weird like we had.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't seem to see. Well, yeah. Anyway, there we are.
Anyway, super fans, carry on listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Uni life. Amber is coming back from uni very soon. Feels like she's only just gone. But summer, that's it, and they're done.
Well, that's mad. So she's what?
So she went in September.
May the 27th.
She went in September. The beginning of September, they do Freshers Week. Obviously, 3 months of Freshers Week. It feels like. Then they come home for Christmas for about a month. Then they go back.
So she's off now until when?
And then she came home for a month at Easter. And she's gone back for like 4 weeks or something. She's been at Bournemouth Sevens Festival all weekend, which just looks absolutely brilliant for that age group. But what we like about that one, it's not just like the big music festivals, is it's sport. So even if you're not necessarily amazingly level of sport, there's
other sports going on.
Yeah, it used to be just rugby.
Yeah.
And now there's netball and also women's football.
Blimey.
Yeah.
So all girls'
I think it's
sports.
smaller. No, there's all the boys are there doing rugby.
They're not playing netball.
All the boys are doing rugby. Oh no, there was like netball mixed teams, all sorts of I think they have like social sports levels teams, and then they have the ones that want to like take it more seriously or at a higher level. Yeah, complete. But then they have music and they have like DJs and they have loads of like Emma did like 15 tire flips in a minute or something. She said,
Did she?
I don't know how big the tire was, but yeah, they have loads of like not high rocks, but they have that sort of stuff going on, challenges, physical stuff, which I think is brilliant.
See what it's always a shame. I always think that
because I think it probably lessens the sort of fights and all the aggression and the craziness.
But all these fun things you do as a kid, it seems to stop as an adult. It's like all these opportunities to do stupid shit stop. Well, that's why I think things like Tough Mudder, that's like stupid. It's not hugely competitive. You do it as a group. It's very funny. It's a bit scary, some of the stuff.
If you're talking about like physical challenge, I think they should bring back It's a Knockout.
Yes.
Like on a big scale.
No, they did. It's a Wipeout.
Yeah, but they do it on corporate things, and that's fine. But again, it's all super corporate-y.
They did Wipeout, which was good fun. Who did that? We knew someone who did that.
Did you?
Okay. I think it was one of the athletes who did quite well. Because they filmed it out in South America, didn't they?
Argentina.
See.
Argentina. Yeah, I think, But obviously, back to Hammer's uni. I mean, literally coming home. That's it, until September again.
Is she going to
lots
work?
of parents, she's going to work. She's going to work back at the cafe. And other things, probably. I don't know.
Nice.
Get her working, get them earning. That's what we say. With tough love. All right.
Thank you.
Well, that's it now. We've got a child,
that it?
2 children home.
Are we going to have a threesome?
I'm sorry. Could you rephrase that?
Well, how you had our kids in.
Can we not say that with a threesome?
Okay.
Are you including our children in that?
Just sounds wrong. It may sound wrong in your head. 3 people.
Are we going to have a group?
Yes.
Podcast.
Could we have everyone in it?
I don't know. I'll have to speak to producer Blair, who's now back from his.
I'll wear the helmet.
You are a helmet.
Thank you. What's that game when you smack people on the head and you've got to guess who it is? We could do that.
What? Stations? That weird thing that my family used to play.
No. Remember when you put the ski helmet on and everyone's standing behind and you smack them on the head and then you have to turn and guess who it is? You didn't want to play. You didn't like that game.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that game at all for anyone.
Did you ever play the pancake game where you smack the people in the face and don't laugh?
With a rap, yeah. We did that in France.
I really hit Amber once. Yeah. She still knows Childline number, doesn't she? She's rant it off. Okay, that's it then. I'm going to go and do some work now.
Crikey. This is work.
Yes, it's true.
It's very, very important work.
Nice.
Communicating with the public out there in the big world.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over and out.
Au revoir.